Yo, what is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? I see there's still some things I need to fix here. Let's see if we can fix this. There we go. We fixed that. All right. What's up, folks? It's your boy MM2K back again with another episode of GFN CDO Thursday Recap. This is where I talk about the latest and greatest in the weekly GFN news. And man, oh man, do we have a special week for you? I'm excited about this one. Probably not for the same reasons that you guys might be excited about this. Here's the thing. I get that Indiana Jones is dropping on NVIDIA Geforce Now. That has been confirmed. And as a matter of fact, let me do something. I'm going to change this because I do need to make that. Let me not be the hater that I'm known to be. Indiana Jones in the Great Circle. Let me not be the hater that I'm known to be. People just swear that my job is to hate all things Xbox now. All right, so here we go. Okay, so we fixed that. We tagged the content properly because really the bigger game is Indiana Jones in the Greater Circle. GFN has confirmed that. We're going to get into all that. However, it's a big week, and I'm excited for a particular reason. I'm going to get into that. But before we get into my opinion, again, this is a new format that we're running for NVIDIA Geforce Now's Thursday blog, where we talk about what's happening. We also then give my opinions on this week's news. This is members first content, and then we make live, shortly after that. You know what I'm saying? We let the resolutions, juices bubble and ferment, and then we release it to the public. All right, so let's do this, and that way members can respond. They can react live, and they can ask questions. So if you have any questions this week, just definitely throw it in the chat. All right, so here we go. This is the CloudDosage blog. This is GFN Thursday, Indiana Jones and the Lost Civilization. Shout out to Lee Reed for this one. The article reads, Indiana Jones gets ready to embark on a journey to the cloud. Starting off this week's GFN Thursday with some big news. It's been confirmed that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming to GeForce Now when the game launches this December. The game also has been confirmed as coming day one to Game Pass. So if you're a Game Pass subscriber like moi, like myself, I am a PC Game Pass member, and I play all my Game Pass games via NVIDIA Geforce Now. You will have something to opine. GeForce Now Ultimate members will be able to play the game with full ray tracing enhanced by NVIDIA DLSS 3.5. Oh my. Mwah! So the game is going to look great via NVIDIA GeForce Now Ultimate, which I have as well. And I hope you guys took advantage of that the deal that gave you, I think, NVIDIA GeForce Now for 6 months for $50 or something like that. Crazy deal. Hope you took advantage of that. All right, the Civilization franchises comes to GeForce Now as well. It was certainly a big week for GeForce Now news, and the landmark week. The Civilization franchise is coming to GeForce Now. In total, we will see the 4 Civilization titles enter the GFN library this week. Civilization 4, Civilization 5, Civilization 6, and Civilization Beyond. Let's do this. Because I didn't load any B-roll. Let's play a little bit of what we got here. All right, and while we're doing that, I will read to you the rest of the article while you guys are checking out the while we're going over. I'll read the rest of the article while we're looking at the Indiana Jones and the Civilization footage, because I didn't download any B-roll to add into the actual stream platform today, but there's a crap load of games coming. Says the Xbox partnership deepens. On top of big Indiana Jones news, we of course have the news that GeForce Now gamers will be able to link their Xbox account to GeForce Now account. That will then allow an automatic sign-in process when playing Xbox games. To further expand this, we have a huge list of Xbox titles gaining support in the GeForce Now library this week, many of which are available to play on Game Pass. They make up a large part of 25 games that are coming to GeForce Now this week. we, of course, already have the extremely popular Black Myth Wukong and the demo for Final Fantasy 16, which are both available to play already. You can also see the full list of titles coming to GeForce Now this week. All right, so here goes the full list. We got Black Myth Wukong via Steam and Epic Games Store. We got Final Fantasy 16 demo via Steam. We got Gigantic Rampage Edition via the Epic Games Store. That is important because Gigantic was just given away on Epic Games Store today. All right. So that's why that's coming today. We got Skull and Bones that is coming via Steam. We got Alan Wake's Nightmare, American Nightmare via Xbox on the Microsoft Store. We got Commandos 3 HD Remaster via Xbox. We got Desperados, Xbox, Microsoft Store. We got the Dungeon of Nalabuk, the Amulet of Chaos via Xbox. We got the Flame in the Flood via Xbox. FTL Faster Than Light via Xbox. Genesis Noir, House Flipper via Xbox. All these games I'm saying, these are all the Xbox games so far. Medieval Dynasty, My Time at Porsche, Off-Road Trading Company, Orwell, and Projected Winter. All right, so, and let's get to the Civilization. Sid Meier's Civilization. There goes a nice Civilization video for you. Shadow Tactics via Xbox Now. Now we're going back to either Xbox or Steam or whatever. Sid Meier's Civilization 6, Steam, Epic Games Store, and Xbox. Civilization 5 via Steam. Civilization 4 via Steam. Civilization Beyond Earth via Steam. Spirit of the North via Xbox. And Wreckfest via Xbox. And of course, as always, you can catch out CloudDosage on Threads, X, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And to keep up with the latest news, note some various other things that you can see on the article as well. All right. Here are my thoughts on this. Let's first start with Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones made a lot of news this week for other reasons. We won't get into that here. It kind of like stole the show, whether that's a good thing or whatever. But despite all that hoopla and all that noise behind Indiana Jones, which a lot of you listeners may not care about, you care about the access, which is completely understandable here and appropriate. Indiana Jones: The Great Circle is coming to GeForce Now. Hoping day one. No. It's coming day one to Game Pass. So whether it's coming day one to GeForce Now, I'm hopeful. We see that it's being embraced on other platforms as well. Here's what I'm going to say. That, 2024, I don't see any better way to play Indiana Jones: The Great Circle than GeForce Now. You get it however you get it, however it's going to be offered. I don't know if the Steam version is going to be available, if the Game Pass version is just going to be available, whatever the case may be, Windows Store, whatever. But just imagine being at home through the cloud without having the most expensive hardware. You're able to utilize and take advantage of this. All the bells and whistles like DLSS 3.5. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's going to be insane. It's going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. Then you want to travel with it. You're having such a good time. You're traveling with it. You know what I mean? You're in a car. You're playing on your phone. You're still getting great fidelity, great response on the go. I mean, you can't beat this with a stick, y'all. So that's why I say, it's very important to understand, not just because of the fidelity, but the approachability and the movability of these games via NVIDIA GeForce Now. Why it's, I feel if I got a game across all the available platforms that's native or cloud, I'm playing it on NVIDIA GeForce Now first. This is the first place I'm playing it. You guys know me. I mainly create mainstream content, but I'm telling my mainstream friends all the time, and one by one, we're converting them over. I'm telling them all the time, look, I know you love your this box and that box or whatever, but You want the best of both worlds. You want that mobility. Don't have to worry about hardware and downloading this and downloading that. And then you want the best way to play these games only in a way that only the top 1% of gamers can play them. Then NVIDIA GeForce Now is your answer, and you don't get any better than what Indiana Jones offers, and that is going to offer, or what GeForce Now is going to offer, and how it's going to be the best utilization of being able to play Indiana Jones in the Great Circle. So I can't wait. Indiana Jones. I'm a Game Pass member. I will definitely give it a shot, see how it is. But again, I feel like the definitive version, in short, is going to be on NVIDIA GeForce Now, as it is with a lot of titles, if not most of them. All right. We got Civilization. I'll talk about that in a little bit, right? I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. The Xbox partnership deepens. This thing is awesome because, one of my pet peeves. And I know this was like an Xbox thing. I get the security reasons behind it. So it was a pet peeve, but I kind of understood it. Having to sign in every time I booted up a game. I booted up an Xbox game. Now that the all the credential related things seem to be trusted. Everybody seems to be okay with the setups and stuff. It's now they're going to keep your credentials logged in. It'll be auto login and stuff like that. And I really appreciate that. And then it says they make up a large part of 25 games. There's more games coming. So that Xbox partnership with GeForce Now is continuing to grow. And I really think this is the de facto way to play your Xbox games, even if you have a console. Here's my thought without me going too far into this and making this an Xbox thing. There are questions about, as far as consoles are concerned, Xbox third-party support, right? As a GeForce Now gamer, you don't have those worries. Concerned about a game that natively may or may not come to the Xbox hardware, or may not have the performance that you're looking for? Okay, not a problem. Go to the browser, open up GeForce Now, play it through GeForce Now. Problem solved. So I think when it comes to this cloud experience that we all push so much, and then we all try to explain to people, look, this is something that at the very least should be in your portfolio. Something cloud relative should be in your portfolio. It just enhances your gaming experience so much. This partnership between Xbox and GeForce Now, I think, is like the biggest stewards of that right now. You get all the big name titles from a major platform provider, and they come in rather quickly, if not day and date, on GeForce Now, and you can use Game Pass, which is a relatively very low price entry into games. You get a barrage of games, and you get to try them with the power of GeForce Now. You can't beat that with a stick. So I very much recommend that, even with your Xbox experience, even if you're an Xbox native gamer, and I've said this to plenty of people, supplement it with GeForce Now. It's only going to make it better. In a lot of the things that people are talking about that maybe they thought or they were hopeful that could maybe hit a little bit harder as far as like capabilities, specifically with the hardware, you can still realize it on the hardware. Just get that GeForce Now boost. You just get that GeForce Now boost, take that GeForce Now shot, and you're going to see what you were expecting and some. Because we're talking like 4K 100 plus frames in a lot of cases. I was playing Starfield 4K like 90, 100 frames, man, with all the bells and whistles turned up. You can't beat that with a stick. All right. So this Xbox partnership is huge. All right. But with all that said, with all that big news, and I don't want to forget about Black Myth Wukong too. Let me go back a little bit. Black Myth Wukong, look, man, I did like a 15, 30 minute beginner, and I'm going to do it again. So be on the lookout on CloudDosage streams. I am going to play some more Black Myth Wukong on CloudDosage streams, and I'm also going to drop some 4K footage as well. That being said, I want to tell you guys something. With all, again, Digital Foundry was sitting there like, I don't know. Some performance things on this box. You don't have that problem on the NVIDIA Geforce now. It was captivating. And for those of you, I don't want to spoil it, for those of you that played that opening sequence on Black Myth Wukong, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All the bells and whistles, top 1% of gaming, you can't beat it. But here's the big whoop to do that I want to talk about. Civilization. Civilization has a huge audience, but they're I don't want to say they're niche, but they're, it's not a game that has a wide footprint across the demographics of gaming, right? And that's fine, but it still has a huge following. Civilizations, this grouping of games from onto GeForce Now it's not about the game itself. It's the fact that this is coming from 2K Games. And as we know, that 2K Games support is one of the biggest is one of the biggest asks in gaming, right? And again, what I'm saying, I'm not saying here that this definitively means that 2K Games, the owners of Rockstar and Borderlands, is it Take-Two or 2K Games? I think it's 2K Games that publishes or is Rockstar separate from 2K Games? I'm not sure, but 2K Games, Rockstar might be separate from 2K Games. They might be their own individual publisher. But at least games like Borderlands and some of the other 2K games, like, let's do something real quick, because again, this is not your scripted format. I like to do things in a more open format. 2K games, let's see everything that's under the 2K Games umbrella. And again, I'm not saying anything officially because I don't know that. Here's what I can say though. Why is it all games? Yeah, let's go to all games. So 2K Games, Top Spin, WWE, NBA 2K, Midnight Suns. Let me see. Sort by most recent. What else we got here? We got the Borderlands games, Civilization, the Mafia games, like Mafia did a nice release at there's a new Mafia game coming. They did a nice release. What else we got here? BioShock, Sid Meier's Pirates. So a lot of the Sid Meier's games, in addition to Borderlands, I think Borderlands is like one of the bigger action titles. The 2K, the 2K sports games, Tiny Tita's Wonderland and stuff like that. That's huge. That's huge to have that support there. Like 2K support is humongous. And Take-Two, we're hopeful that Take-Two is more open to GeForce Now, and they do something to the effects to where you will definitively see Rockstar join the likes of Private Division, because Private Division has No Rest for the Wicked on GFN that was just released this year. There may be other titles, and so forth. So yeah, let's definitely hope that Sid Meier's Civilization coming to Geforce Now hopefully opens the door to more partnerships from 2K and more definitively Take-Two. I mean, come on now. You're trying to tell me it wouldn't be awesome to see, GTA. Now, even though the next GTA is not going to launch day and date on PC, wouldn't it be awesome to get Grand Theft Auto 5 in here? You're trying to tell me that wouldn't be a crazy addition to GeForce Now? And regardless if it launches day and date on PC, why not have that relationship already, established to where when it does launch, it'll come and get GFN support, if not the day of launch on PC, relatively close. So this is awesome stuff. And to me, as big as the Indiana Jones news is, as big as Black Myth Wukong's performance, as big as all that is on the video GeForce Now, the potentiality of 2K and maybe even more Take-Two support across the board is the biggest thing for me. So big week. This is, again, another week where I think people might be overlooking some of the more finer details of some of the more long-term systemic inroads that GFN is making. This is big news. Big news. All right. So with that said, I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited too. All right. With that said, my time is up. That is it for this week in the CDO GFN Thursday recap. If you are watching this live, join me as I do my weekly series, Cloud Meets Mainstream, where I talk a little bit more about mainstream gaming and what cloud activity, how cloud activity and cloud gaming can make more inroads with mainstream gamers and push us out in the mainstream a little bit further. We will see you here next Thursday. And until then, you have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.